Get ready. I'm taking it up a notch. I'm going to share with you today the reasons why I believe the virus is here, what caused it, and how we could use it in powerful, positive, amazing ways. You into quantum physics? You're going to love this. Get ready. Welcome to Landria Onkka on YouTube, here to help you break through the fears and live an amazing, awesome life. I went jogging. I have no clue what I look like. You guys have seen me. I have the lip liner. I got the stuff. You ready? We're going to talk about what this all means. We have to take it up a notch. Or a few. What do I mean by that? I mean that we know quantum physics is real. It's not a theory. We know your thoughts are creating. We know as a collective, we collectively create. That means that everything that's happening on this planet right now is not random. There's not some little thing that happened over in China with abuse of, animals and then lack of whatever hygiene or whatever they do with the animals, and then it spreads. And that's how it works? Oh no, we are so much more intelligent than that. The quantum field is so way beyond that. This isn't just one thing that spread. This is a collective consciousness right now, and I'm going to explain it to you because there's a way that you, yes you, little old you who chose to come here at this critical time and super important energy. Disregard the body and mommy and daddy doesn't love me, I'm poor or whatever, who am I, I'm not educated. No, you are freaking off the charts important. Every single person watching this and beyond. No coincidence that you're here. I'm going to tell you exactly what I believe, and you don't have to believe this. YouTube is a choice, and it's free. So hang with me. Number one, let's talk about the message of this virus. The virus is a product of our thoughts. We did create it as a collective planet, consciousness on this planet, as dense humans. No matter how amazing we are and perfect, we come here and we play roles. We don't recognize what we are. We are on individual journeys. We're one energy. But we're expressions of that. So we all get to play it out. Some lower, some higher. Some just seeing exactly what it's like to be human, which is pretty painful at times. What's the number one thing that we think we are? Think about this. What's the number one thing that most people on this planet think and believe we are? Separate. What did the virus do? We're all having to separate ourselves from one another. We're having to distance ourselves. Illnesses are literal. I had a foot problem once. It got really, really bad, and I thought I was going to have an operation. I finally just gave in. And then I quit investment banking and became a writer, a spiritual teacher. I went after the things that were on a higher frequency. And guess what? I had a spontaneous healing one night. If you guys have heard this story, and I mean really a spontaneous healing. And I got up in the morning with zero pain and never had any pain since then, when I changed directions. Illnesses are literal. This illness is no different. We've created it through our thoughts and what we believe. We believe we're separate, and now we're having to function that way. And this illness is an imbalance. We're always full of viruses and bacteria and all that kind of stuff. But it works together to create a balance in our bodies that, when balanced, keeps us healthy and happy. But the planet is in an imbalance. The entire planet. I want to remind you of something right now. We are not separate countries or skin colors or educations or income levels. We're one species. One. We are one. And this is a reflection of our thoughts. This must end. Okay, let's go to the next one. We could have had a war. Next calamity or some kind of a, hurricane or something else. No. That would pull us together in factions. In other words, if it happened in, the southern U.S. like we had a hurricane, we'd all pull together there, and the rest of the world wouldn't be involved in that, right? We have the fires in Australia, and we know about it, but, we're not really personally affected by that. More separatism, right? Guess what? This illness doesn't discriminate. It's not allowing us to band together as the United States against them and Israel against them and China against them. No. We're just one species. It doesn't discriminate. It doesn't care. The quantum field never judges. The quantum field just acts and gives us our wishes. And so when we go into negativity, we go into imbalance. And as a species, we created the imbalance that hit the entire species. Not just white people or black people or purple people. Rich or poor, doesn't matter. The quantum field just delivers. It never judges. And this is what we've put out there. This is literal. We, as a species, are given opportunities in every one of these things that I'm going to tell you to turn it around. Number one, we are one energy. And we must quit thinking of ourselves as separate, individual people and one energy expressing itself as individuals. Well, that's a beautiful thing. But we're hoarding. We're looking at each other as problems and judging. We have an opportunity to change that. The universe is us. It doesn't discriminate. So, this whole illness is giving us an opportunity as a globe to realize we aren't countries or colors or education levels or wealth or poverty. We're just human beings expressed from light beings that we are, just living out, playing out roles. How amazing is that? This is an opportunity for us to look and realize that's just what we are. We're just one. And that virus doesn't care what your physical body is like, what your status is. It's an opportunity for us to unite as a globe and be one species. This is not a China flu, China virus. Whether it started there or not, here's what our message is. If what happened over in China started something because there was mistreatment of animals, I don't know how this started. We can't ever be sure of any information we get. But let's say that's the case. There's abuse all over this planet of animals. We have to start thinking like a globe and not countries. Because I'll tell you what, if the United States had not been affected by this, we'd be looking over there and not so worried. It's their problem. But because it's here, it's now a global problem, right? Now it's not their issue. This is not their flu. This is our message that as a species globally, we need to know what's going on everywhere. We can't just stay in our own countries and monitor ourselves and allow abuses to go on in other countries. We have to be a united species to say, everyone should abide by higher frequency guidelines. In other words, it's not okay to abuse animals. It's not okay to have unhygienic situations where people are not safe. We need to start caring about each other. But we haven't, because we separate ourselves, once again, we separate ourselves as countries. And as long as we're here, having a good old time, life is amazing. No wonder people love to come to America. Why? We live in an incredible lifestyle here. And we're getting hit right now. I hope that this is a message for all of us to realize we're one globe. There are no borders. We're creating that, and that's more separatism. Borders here and borders there, and you can come in and you can't. And then people want to come to certain places because there's more privilege, and other places have poverty. It's time for us to unite as a globe. Yeah, maybe this is really woo-woo thinking, but I can dream because I know it's possible. So let's hit the next one. Let's say 85% of the people, have you ever seen my ads about my internet marketing? Right? I'm always promoting this. I'm trying to help people get skills to get out of working this just matrix crap that we do. What are we doing? 85% of people hate their jobs. 67% of the people that leave their jobs don't go to another one because they can't stand it. We can't stand working, and saving money so that it can tank in a market. When are we going to learn from that? So that we can start living our lives? That's ridiculous. It makes no sense. We should start living the lives we love from the day we're born. And that should be encouraged because we can be abundant and we can make money. It can be done. And then when I hear somebody say, you should never charge, this is spiritual, that's wrong, I'm thinking, wait. We are okay with going into jobs with companies that destroy the planet and get paid for that. Yet we tell people who are spiritual that they shouldn't earn money. This is the effed up thinking of the planet. The people that do good should be the ones that are rewarded. Doesn't that make more sense? Because they're going to do better things with it. Well, better, relatively speaking. They're going to give more, awaken people. They don't need as much. They don't care about the material world like the lower frequency egos do, which is nothing wrong with that, right? I'm not here to judge that. I'm just here to tell you we're ready to change the frequency of the planet. So guess what happened? All these people that hate their jobs, they're not going into their work now, are they? That all changed. That shifted. And a lot of people won't have jobs to go back to, I'm sorry to say. I think that could be a positive thing for people who don't love their jobs, are going to be now forced to get what they just asked for. People are putting that in the quantum field. So here we go. It's a tipping point. So when we think as a collective, we hate our jobs, we hate our jobs, we hate our jobs, boom, it takes over. The quantum field now it's going to destroy that structure because we created that. Does this make sense? It's like, whoa, maybe you're having an epiphany right now that the collective consciousness has been using the quantum field as it does with every split second and changed the planet. The planet. How we're working. How we're functioning, how we separate ourselves, how we're not taking responsibility as a globe for what happens on the entire planet. We separate ourselves as countries. And as long as our country's okay, we're okay. It doesn't work anymore. It's not working anymore. Right? As long as you're making money doing something else, but boy, if you're spiritual or you're, doing good things for other people, you shouldn't be rewarded for that. This is how screwed up we are. We have all these rules. We've been programmed. It's time to deprogram. Are you ready to do that? We have been in a negative frame of mind for some time now. We continue to stay in the foundations that have been created that don't work anymore. We have not liked that. We've been pushing towards change and sort of bucking the system. And that quantum desire has shifted things. Now, physically, there will be an imbalance for those whose immune systems are compromised. Look at our old people, how we treat our old people. We put them in homes and drug them up, and there's no joy. There's very little joy in how we treat them. And in ancient tribes used to honor the elderly and really take care of them. And they had healthy, amazing lives. We didn't send them off someplace and drug them up and, strap them down and change their diapers. When are we going to go back to that amazing, amazing space? It's possible. I know you're thinking, oh, Landria, that's such a big dream. I'll do it. I'll dream. Because I know it's possible. And I know you're capable of it. And I know you can see other people as beautiful and perfect. And stop seeing the fault in them. And understand that we're all on a journey. And we have to support that and honor that. We came here on a very challenging planet. I'm counting on you because you have the power of the universe flowing through you. There's nobody separate. When we leave here, we're going to have to look back and say, was that really important? Did I really need to say that? Did it matter if I had toilet paper or not? How do we treat our animals? And did I step in and care? Even if it didn't affect me or my city or my country. We're a globe now, and the world became very small. And we're all in it together. And when you see the world that way, and you look at others as just another expression of you, you'll get it. And the world will become a better place. That balance is going to come back in. And we can go to places that are amazing. And this has allowed us to go there. It's a gift. We created it. Some will say, we didn't create it, I didn't create it. It's okay. You don't have to believe this. You don't have to believe you're that powerful. But I know you are. If you want to join me, you can spend every waking moment on nothing but positivity and using this as a perfect opportunity to make the changes in your life that you know you need to make. In everything. If you're within negative energy, around negative energy, you're not here to change it. You'll change it with your positive thoughts and blessings and step away from it. And then go and create your own world, your own reality. Because when you do that, you raise my frequency and everybody else's. And then they will get to make their own decisions within their reality of what they're going to do. We're not here to change other people. We're here to contribute a positive energy, a high frequency that they will feel. And through that will make their own choices. And I guarantee you there'll be higher ones. They're going to just get this feeling that they're okay and that they can do it and that they are powerful and beautiful and unconditionally loved. Will you join me? I hope so. You are whole and perfect, strong and powerful, loving, harmonious, and happy. This is going to pass. We're going to come through this. This is going to be nothing compared to what's happened on our planet before, where millions of people have died from wars and things that were much worse than this. This could pull us together, and we can eradicate it. It's in our face right now that we're one. I hope you'll see that. You have an opportunity to individually change your whole world, your whole way you live. You right now have an opportunity to change your life. What's not working for you? What hasn't been working? Is it a relationship? Do you need to let somebody go? Bless them and let them go. Go take care of yourself. You can do it. Is it a family member that you need to forgive? Is it a job that you hate? Or are you doing something that's not good for the planet and you're making money doing it? Are you being deceptive at all in that? There's so many beautiful things that you can do and get rewarded for it. You have to pay your bills, at least now, until we go to the real golden era where we don't even have those systems anymore. But until then, we're going to have to buckle up. We've got a little bit of a ride to go here. It's going to be okay. You're going to be okay. Let's go on that higher frequency and you're going to see it for exactly what it is. A beautiful transformation, an expansion. Blessings to you, my friend. Health, wealth, joy, abundance, but most of all, awakening. Namaste.